visionary, Salbon. We have to do these things ourselves. Hello. Aha, there we are. Okay, yeah. I'm not really sure what happens when you start something new. What I do know about starting something new is that you gotta work at it. You gotta work at it. And that's the beauty of life. I apologize, I'm 7 minutes late. I was really early, and then I tried to work on the sound, and I'm just like, but I don't quit. And I hope that what you're learning is that life is never perfect. Never. You can get frustrated at yourself for technology. You can. Oh, this is so much better. You can get frustrated at yourself about technology, about the things that are going seemingly wrong. But I really believe that the purpose of life and the purpose of this journey of this life experience is to be mindful throughout any experience that you're going through. Hello? Okay. It's still streaming. Okay. The purpose of this life journey is to be mindful throughout every experience. Because if you're not mindful throughout every experience, seemingly good, seemingly bad, you spiral out. I think that's what this was teaching me this morning. Because I was here early and I set up and I was like, okay, I'm ready. And then my condenser's not working. I was like, okay. And then my lights are not on. And then my microphone's not working. I'm like, okay, let me just be calm through this. And okay, I could have turned off the stream so that I lose my mind and then come back composed. But I'm like, no, just leave it on. I mean, we believe that life is supposed to be this perfect picture and everything is supposed to work perfectly. And when it doesn't, we get so frustrated at ourselves. We get so mad at ourselves when it's just a part of growth. It's just a part of life. I've just committed to growing for the next 90 days, embodying my voice and living in this truth that I am committed to live through and grow from. So, welcome to Itemba Temple. If you don't know who I am, I'm Tembi Buthelezi, and I am here to just be a part of this growth experience. and live this thing called life with you and just grow through it. So let's start off with song. Now that I've kind of explained how mindfulness works. Mindfulness. You don't lose your mind. You are mindful even when life is not working the way you feel or think that it should be working. Yeah. And I'm trying to get this microphone thing working, this audio thing working. Eventually it will work. So, let us take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for everything that seems to go wrong. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for everything that seems to go wrong. Life is always working itself out. Life is always working itself out. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for everything that seems to go wrong. I'm thankful. 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 I'm thankful for everything that goes right. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for everything that goes right. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for everything that goes wrong. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for everything that goes right. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I wasn't planning that. Today I was planning on calling back my energy. But we had a nice little mindfulness moment together. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the mindfulness moment we had together. So that you can see. Life is, no matter what goes seemingly wrong in your life, you can be grateful for it. You can call forth the good. Sometimes, honestly, I don't see the good. I can't say I always see the good. That would be a lie. But I still try to find the good. And when I can't find the good, I just go to I'm thankful. I'm thankful. So I encourage you in your moments of stress, in your moments of trying to get it right, in your moments of trying to be perfect, and it doesn't work out perfectly, just be thankful. You know what I found about the gratitude thing is that a solution appears. A solution appears as soon as you switch to the gratitude. When you spiral out and you just start hyperventilating and you start catastrophizing, your brain loses its ability to process what is going on. And after processing what is going on and analyzing what is going on, giving you the perfect solution for that moment. Gratitude allows you to look at yourself and your journey and say, 3 months ago, I would have just lost my mind and felt shame and felt bad. Wow, how far I've come. 5 years ago, I would have just been flustered. How far I've come. I'm so proud of me. And I want you, I encourage you to go on that journey with yourself. That journey of self-acceptance and self-love and self-honor, where you can see the progress in yourself on a day-to-day basis, and you can say, every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better and better. Excuse me. Yeah, that's the purpose of life. You're here to just get better and better, and that's it. Okay, so today we are on day 29. Day 29. The lies you tell that are stealing your life force. So we spent the first couple of days talking about the falsehoods. Now we are going to talk about the lies. Okay, it's one of my arts laws. I have not lied. So day 29 is financial lies, the trust destroyer. I have not lied. Lying about money destroys the foundation of trust that relationships require to survive. Unlike speaking financial falsehoods to yourself, lying about money to others is weaponizing intimacy. You use someone's love for you against them by deliberately deceiving them about your financial reality. Every financial lie erodes trust until the relationship can no longer support genuine connection. Susan has been hiding credit card purchases from her husband for 2 years. She intercepts mail, deletes transactions alerts, and pays minimum balances from a secret account. When he asks about their finances, she lies smoothly, creating elaborate stories about where money went. She tells herself she's protecting him from worry, but she's actually protecting herself from accountability while teaching him not to trust her words. Financial lies create parallel financial realities where you manage multiple versions of truth depending on who's asking. Your nervous system exhausts itself tracking which lies you've told to whom. The cognitive load of financial deception steals energy you could use for actual financial planning and growth. Let's go back. Lying about money destroys the foundation of trust that relationships require to survive. You know, I've really thought about this idea. Speaking falsehoods is saying to yourself, oh, I'll never have money. Oh, this and this, like I grew up in a poor family. Oh, it's so hard to make money. These are financial falsehoods that you speak over your life. Lying about money is it's an assault on your own soul, on the truth of your being. And we've all been there. We've all been there where it's like you just are ashamed. I think lying about money is shame. It's a lot of shame. When you come to the understanding of shame and you sit with your shame, you can finally be honest. I just looked at my own experience. My own experience over the past 3 years. I asked myself, I said, maybe if I had spoken the truth about the intense amount of work I had to put in while in America and send money home to Africa, maybe people wouldn't have had these delusions that money comes easy. And then when they move to America and realize how hard it is, and that you actually have to put effort to make money. Money just doesn't kind of like, yeah, it grows on trees. It does. It's paper. But there is a form of effort, diligence that must be cultivated. Maybe if I had spoken these truths and maybe if I had taught this, I wouldn't have had the pain of having people just think money grows on every single tree and you can just pluck it. Because there's an idea in this world that America is the land of milk and honey. Americans are struggling financially. Africans are struggling financially. Asians are struggling financially. Everybody goes through that. It's a program. It's a program that is laid over the consciousness of humanity. It is a program. You were born with the knowledge that you are capable of achieving your wildest dreams. And then through programming, okay, I'm just going to keep it simple. We could go back into lifetimes and past lifetimes and stuff like this, but this is not the stream for that. Let's say at birth, you came from source. Source is unlimited. source is unlimited. When you look at the universe keeps birthing. And if you're a man watching this and you're like, I don't give birth, creating more and more galaxies and stars and planets. It just never ends. We just see this constant flow of more. This is true abundance. You came from that. No, I came from my parents. No, you did not. Before you were in your mother's womb, your soul was somewhere. It was somewhere. I would like to think that if you're here, your soul was in a heavenly realm. Some souls are, truly, some souls come from really demonic hell realms. They are born and they're just demons. But I would truly like to believe that if you're watching this, your soul came from a heavenly realm. What is a heavenly realm? A realm where there is no strife. We know that life is meant to be beautiful. Life is meant to be creative. Life is meant to be enjoyed. We know this inherently. And then you come through your mother's womb. And from there, to whatever age you are, you have received programming and more programming and more programming and more programming. I shared this in a few streams ago, where I shared about the program, the healthcare program. You are inherently whole, healthy. This is the truth of your being. But there's a program on planet Earth that says sickness is fashionable. And depending on which country you live in, the program is turned up. The volume of that noise is turned up. Like if it's America, Americans are always worried about their health care. I no longer have that anxiety about healthcare because I just got myself out of that program, and I was like, no, I need to get out of here. I need to remember how my body can heal itself. Because I always say there's no wealth without health. There is no wealth without health. Then you've got the program of scarcity. If you're constantly worried about your health care bills and your bills, your mortgages and all of these bills, you are running your body down. So then you make money to spend it on healthcare bills. These programs will get you where you're most vulnerable. But who created these programs? Is it the government? Not necessarily. There's shadow beings, governments behind the governments that are in place now. Everybody bows to everyone, to someone. Sorry, not everyone. Everyone bows to someone. Everyone bows to someone. You can either choose to bow to programs created by what seems like the government, your job, or the truth of your being. The truth of your being is that you are whole. Whether you are experiencing illness right now or not, or health, you are whole. Nothing missing, nothing lacking in you. Even if you've got fingers missing or toes missing, you are still whole. because you come from a universe that regenerates itself. You come from a universe that is expansive. We can see evidence of that through the constant stars that keep reappearing, that scientists keep finding, planets, galaxies. It's never ending. So you are whole and you come from abundance. You are whole and then you come from abundance. You come through your mother's womb, and then there is programming, 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 programming. Until one day you are either so tired, of being burnt out, of being angry about life, money, the government, healthcare, relationships, and you say, okay, enough is enough. I need to figure this out. Like, I can't keep going on like this, or I'm going to like jump out of a window right now. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this. Which I believe a lot of people are at that stage. This is why everything is collapsing. Because we all on planet, all of us, even the ones that say they have money, we are all operating from programs that are not for our best interest. I would say very few people are operating from the truth of their being. The truth of their being. So, going back to what I was sharing when I started this, if I had been honest about the realities of moving from Africa to America, and the amount of work and the amount of programs and the amount of burnout it takes to make the money I was making and then send it back to Africa, maybe I wouldn't have had people that would have tried to kill me for what I had. I don't know. So maybe I wasn't honest. But I think sometimes telling the truth, especially about money, can be very tricky. It can be very tricky because what is the truth? If you do not know that you come from abundance and you don't know the evidence of the truth of your being, you can't name that evidence. Oh, scientists keep finding new planets and galaxies and stars every single day. Oh, I come from abundance. And abundance I am. Okay, so what's going on now in my life? Why is there no abundance here? Okay, now you're kind of like, okay, let me go and start examining why this mess in my life. Lying about money destroys the foundation of trust that relationships require to survive. Okay? Unlike speaking financial falsehoods to yourself, lying about money to others is weaponizing intimacy. Sometimes it takes one bold person to just tell the truth. And then other people can open up and tell their truth. Because we live in this state of, I need to be perfect. Everybody has got to see that I am successful. People are willing to marry people they do not like, they do not love, so that they can have status and look a certain way. People are willing to become international criminals, cryptocurrency scam artists, to look successful. They are being arrested. Have you seen the documentaries? If you just look on YouTube, watch the documentaries. In America, I was fascinated. When I was living in America, I was fascinated about American greed. I loved I loved watching American greed. I was fascinated by this. I said, oh, This is the land of milk and honey. Why so many scam artists? Okay, exaggeration. There weren't a lot of scam artists, but like when they get caught, it's for vast amounts of money, vast sums of money. But why? If this is the land of milk and honey, why are people scamming each other like this? Listen, I'm not saying Americans are the only people that scam each other. Africans are notorious for scam artistry. My own sibling is one of these scam artists. Okay? International criminal. So I am not pointing the fingers at America. I am just observing, having spent a lot of time living in America. So I used to watch American Greed and I said, but I don't understand. Why so much crook? It's so much crookery. Why? Because there is an idea floating. It's a false idea. The false idea is that there is scarcity. So whatever I've got to do to get, I'm going to get whatever it takes. I will do it. This idea and this program destroys families, destroys relationships, destroys countries. Literally, countries, boom, collapse. Millions of people. Millions of people. I'm going to keep it light because I can go really down a rabbit hole with this stuff. And how there was a book that I read was called The Economic Hitman. But what you feel shame about, your credit card bills, not having a lot of money, or having a lot and feeling shame that you have a lot because your family doesn't have a lot. When you put it in perspective to human beings who can scam billions out of people, millions, hundreds of millions out of people, I think you can just give yourself a little bit of grace. Compared to people who can go into a country and strategically get people, a country to fight within to get people within a country to fight within amongst each other, so that genocides happen, and then they strategically come in and mine minerals in their country. When you understand the magnitude of darkness on this planet at times, reading about Susan, okay, Susan has been hiding credit card purchases from her husband for 2 years. She intercepts mail, deletes transactions alerts, and pays minimum balances from a secret account. When he asks her about their finances, she lies smoothly, creates elaborate stories about where money went. She tells herself she's protecting him from worry, but she's actually protecting herself from accountability while teaching him not to trust her words. When you read about Susan and you look at your own credit card bills and you look at your own debt and your own lack of financial responsibility or financial responsibility, and you compare it to the amount of freaking evil that is happening on planet Earth at times, it's like, yeah, I can give myself some grace. I can give myself some grace for my hell. And that's why I love doing this work. Not so that I can compare myself to the evilness that is happening and the crooks on planet Earth, but to just say, you know what? I'm not going to compare my life to some billionaire or some person who's involved in cryptocurrency scams, because honestly, I'm just doing the best I can. And it gets better every single day as I take responsibility for what I just need to take responsibility for, and not getting myself involved in other people's delusions, illusions, lies, and confusions. That's why I keep saying on these live streams, turn within, call back your power, call back your energy, focus on yourself. Because this is another issue we have as humans. We look outside. Oh, look at her, she's on a yacht. Oh, look at her, she's traveling to Fashion Week. Oh, look at her, look at her. You don't know what people have done to have that kind of a life. You don't know. And it's neither your business either. Your business is to look within yourself. Focus on your own energy. Heal the relationship of lying to yourself, about yourself. And then you start to feel better. The comparison dissolves. And you can just start working on your own stuff. Because it's also another program. The program of social media is a very heavy indoctrination program. The more you feel inadequate, the more media companies make money from your inadequacy, your shame, your guilt, your fear, and a lack of self-trust. The more they capitalize on that. You come from abundance. Think of how many red blood cells are in your body right now. White blood cells are in your body right now. Think of that. Think of, like, there's a black market on organs. Think about how much people are willing to pay for an organ. That's how important you are. That's how valuable you are. Don't go down the rabbit hole of organs and black market organs and stuff. But think of how sick people are. And how, okay, some people will pay for organs because they are sick, and you could share with if you have an organ that you want to share, and then they'll pay you. But think of how much money people are willing to pay for an organ. That's how valuable you are as a human being. Okay? So when you start knowing your value, my body is whole. I am whole. I can get out of this program of constantly worrying about healthcare by taking care of the body temple that I have, eating well, telling the truth about my body, exercising, loving my body, decreasing stress, noticing when I'm burnt out and not keep pushing myself. If I need to talk to someone, therapy. Get myself involved in some kind of program that is going to help me before it gets so bad that I'm just collapsing. Then I'm going to start telling the truth about myself to myself about money. Because there is no wealth without health. There is no wealth without health. If you look at some of these super wealthy people, some of them are dying. They're dying and they're like, I don't know if I'm going to go to heaven. Maybe there is no heaven. Maybe there is a heaven. Who knows? Who cares? You are here now, living. Whether it's a hellish experience or a heavenly experience, you're here now, living. Moment by moment. This is what mindfulness is. Moment by moment. So yes, you've got billions of dollars, but you are sick. Who cares? you can't live your life. So first, the health. There is no wealth without health. First, the health. Then start speaking truth about your money, because once you get to know thyself, value your own body, value your own truth, then you can start having really sacred conversations around money. Because now, even when the shame comes up, you're like, but that's not really true. Is it? Should I really feel shame about that? Well, I can take accountability without shaming myself and spiraling out into rage and low self-esteem, where now I'm out stealing and lying and doing all sorts of strange things that I shouldn't be doing, while destroying other people's countries in the process. Because this is how, when I watched American Greed, and I watch now recently all of the cryptocurrency scam artists getting arrested, I'm just like, what kind of shame is this? What kind of shame is this? Money has such a charge on us, and it's a lie. It's a lie. I worked and worked and worked until I got to a point where I was so burnt out. I felt like I was literally going to explode, because I was already imploding. The depression. If you watch a few live streams back, I could not laugh anymore. Laughing is such medicine to the soul, to the spirit. Laughter shows where your mind is, what thoughts you are thinking in your brain. When you can't laugh anymore, you are in such a dark place in your brain, in your mind, bad thoughts. But because we are living in this program of, just keep going, keep pushing, higher success, more hustle, more hustle. Very few of us stop and say, whoa, is this truly what I want? Or is this somebody else's idea of what my life should be? I'm not saying you should give up your life and your children and move across the world and go to and start a new life. I mean, I'm not saying you should do that. It's not for everyone. People have their own fears. I never understood. I didn't think my husband would have fears about moving across the world, because we've lived across the world for like 15 years. But when we moved to Thailand, he just became a different human being. I said, oh, what happened to you? He just became a different human being. He's starting having American fears. And I said, is it because we left during COVID? But like, he became a totally different human being. I was like, what happened to you? So I'm not advocating for everyone to just move across the world. There's ups and downs to moving across the world. Thankfully, we moved to a country where healthcare is incredible. But like, all of his healthcare fears came to the surface. I don't have healthcare fears because I grew up in a country where healthcare is like, what? It's like, what? So I was starting to have fears that had nothing to do with me. I was like, these are not African fears. These are American fears. But now I'm now having these fears because I'm living in America. It took me 3 years to get out of those fears, to remember, oh, I am whole. Oh, I come from abundance. And abundance, I remain. So, whatever country you are watching this from, think about the programs that are running in the media that you watch in your country. Some countries, they are huge on healthcare. So the fear is heavy on healthcare. Some countries, it's climate anxiety. I was watching something on YouTube, and the Philippines, it's just always tsunamis, flood, not tsunamis, flooding, earthquakes. So that country is huge on environmental anxiety. Until you can be with whatever program is running the media of your country, and find the truth for yourself. Yes, I'm saying the media says this. What do you say about yourself? What is the truth for you? And how do you make decisions from that truth? Until you can do this for yourself, you are constantly going to be run by whatever program is running your country. In America, it's a lot of debt. South Africa is the same too. It's like South Africa is like copy paste America. Just look at America, copy paste, copy paste. But growing up in South Africa, I didn't have fancy medical insurance and fancy hospitals. So when it became too much in America, I was able to remember, oh, no. I can find a way to heal without working for the medical insurance companies. I'm trying to have this conversation with my husband. He's American. That is such a foreign concept to him. The reason I'm sharing this is because we're here to teach each other how to evolve into the next stage of our evolution. Because we all come with something valuable. We all inherently have something valuable to share with each other. I can teach you a lot about death and grieving. I can teach you a lot about burnout. A lot about burnout. Because burnout has been my thing. And recovering from depression, like the debilitating kind of depression, where like suicidal thoughts are coming and you're like, oh my goodness. That my specialty. Because I lived it. And now I'm on the other side and I'm laughing and I'm like, it's all a lie anyway. It's fake news. Fake news. But when you're living in the fake news, it seems real. So what I want to encourage you on this live stream to do, before I carry on reading, is to feel how debt feels. When you think of your debt, does it bring up shame, fear, grief, anger? Because that shame lives somewhere in your body. There is no wealth without health. That rage that goes on every night, that anxiety that runs through your body, one day it will make you collapse. Then you'll spend all the money you have to fix the body. So now, Tembi, what must I do? Carry on reading. Embodiment practice. Think of a financial lie you've told recently, even a small one. Feel how it sits in your body, often creating tension in the throat, chest, or stomach, body, There is no wealth without health. Notice the energy it takes to remember and maintain this lie. Now, I would like for you to say to yourself, I tell financial truth even when it's uncomfortable. Trust is more valuable than temporary comfort. I tell financial truth. You can even say, I speak financial truths, even when it's uncomfortable. Trust is more valuable than temporary comfort. If you can trust yourself to tell the truth, just even to yourself in a journal, you can trust yourself to rebuild if it all goes bad. You can trust yourself to be in healthy relationships. You can trust yourself and your body that no matter what burnout experience you have, no matter what depression experience, anxiety experience you have, your body will heal and regenerate and rejuvenate itself. And once you are whole and you are feeling confident, because the healing and the wholeness has revealed itself as your body temple, and the stability of the mind, and you have boundaries, and you absolutely love and honor and respect yourself. Now building from that place creates sustainable wealth. Because you know what you will not and will not accept, and what you will engage with. I keep saying this. When you do not know thyself, you can end up in prison for things you didn't even know. You're like, I'm sorry, but like, where was I? I don't know. Because there's some sick human beings out here on planet Earth. Why? Because everybody's living according to a program sold to them by social media, by family, by society, by religion, and nobody gets the time to just sit and think and say, but who created these things? Who told me these things? And that person that told me this, where did they get this thing from? Number one. But number two, how does it feel in my body? Does it make me feel empowered? Or does it make me feel anxious? Does it make me feel fearful? Does it like bring up shame in me? There is no wealth without health. A sick society will eventually collapse because there is no wealth without health. That's why I think the tech bros are building robots. I think that's why they're building robots and AI agents, because, human beings are sick. And it's not even truth. It's not the truth of your being. Your body temple knows how to renew and regenerate itself. Every organ function of your body temple and cell of your body temple knows how to revitalize itself. Sometimes, yes, it takes some medication, but sometimes no. I have to share a story with you. I don't know, I think this was 4 weeks ago now. I woke up with kind of like, it was like a strange stroke paralysis experience. I literally couldn't move I went to the library let me tell you how the story went. So I went to the library, and the library was very cold. In Thailand, they keep the buildings super cold, air conditioning. So I was like, wow, my body just doesn't feel well. And I was carrying this heavy backpack. And I was like, no, man, it's so cold in here. So I put on my shawl and I put socks on. I even put socks sitting at the library and I'm working there. And then when I come out of the library, I'm walking. And then this guy comes behind me and pulls a knife on me. So I'm like, oh, that was an interesting experience. I looked at him. He just ran off, almost getting hit by a car, and just got into a cab and just like sped away in the camp. Okay. 2 days later, I think the fear that came through me, is it maybe, 3 days later, the fear of another attempt on my life came rushing through me. And I was like, oh my God, this is the 5th attempt on my life in 3.5 years. So day 4 after that experience, my body goes into extreme paralysis. It was like I had a stroke. I woke up and I literally couldn't get out of bed. My hands were shaking like this. My legs were shaking. I couldn't walk straight. I was in the bathroom and I was trying to brush my teeth and I couldn't hold the toothbrush. It's an electric toothbrush. It's not, you don't have to do a lot of work. It's just like, But I couldn't hold the toothbrush. I'd lost all capacity to use my limbs. I went into a state of shock for like 4, 5 hours, 8 hours, and I was scared. And I was like, I really need my fingers. I need my hands. I need my legs. I'm living in a city where I need to walk everywhere. I started to spiral. The first 4 hours, I started to spiral. I started to thinking about wheelchairs. What am I going to do for work if I'm in a wheelchair? I really love to travel. It's like, whoa. After 4 hours of this, I said, what is going on here? No. I am whole. So I got into bed and I just lay in bed. I literally couldn't get out of bed without scooting out of bed onto my, it was a bad experience. When I would walk to the bathroom, I would limp. It would take me like 2 minutes to walk to the bathroom, holding on to walls so that I don't fall. When I would sit on the on the toilet seat, too much information, yes, maybe, but I just need to get to share with you. I couldn't lift myself up. I understood why in old age homes or with old people, they have all of these handrails. When I was trying to take a shower, I literally couldn't wash my ear. My limbs had gone paralyzed. But I was still going to take a shower because I was like, I'm not going to lie in bed the whole day and not take a shower. You start to smell. It was such a scary experience to wake up one day and you're paralyzed, semi-paralyzed. You cannot move your limbs. I couldn't type. I was shaking. I was trying to grab coffee. I couldn't. I literally was holding coffee like this. I stopped drinking coffee. It was 3 days of agonizing fear and questioning, reflection. I just started reflecting. What is the truth here? I can believe this paralyzing experience to be the truth of my life, and I can speak this falsehood. But it's not falsehood. You are experiencing paralysis right now. You can't brush your teeth. You have to hold the toothbrush like this. It's a fact. You're kind of going into paralysis right now. And I said, I can keep speaking this and keep affirming this and keep getting worried about this, or I can speak truth over my life. I sat in bed for 3 days. And I just kept speaking truth. I am whole. I am whole. My body temple works. The cells, organs, and limbs of my body temple, they work. They work. I'm so grateful they work. I had no evidence that they were going to work again. Second day was worse. Third day was even worse. Worser. Is that proper English? Who cares? Worser. But I just kept speaking this truth over myself. I am whole. My body temple renews and revitalizes itself. I am whole. And I would just be quiet. I slept for 3 days straight. Day 4, I woke up. No, I called Unity Church in America and I said, I just need you to help me hold this truth about myself. I know that my body temple is whole. I know that I come from a source that is whole. So I am whole. I'm not healed, I'm whole. Day 4, I woke up and I was like, I just pulled a Jesus. I came back from the dead. Literally. My body, I just woke up one day 4 and I was like, yo man, what's happening? I walked to the bathroom. I said, ah. In Africa, if I told that story, in Africa, and people actually saw videos of me just being paralyzed to being like, by day 5, I was dancing. Day 6, I was cleaning the house. It was like I was never paralyzed. I was saying to my husband, if I told that story in Africa, people would be lined up for days, for years, wanting a miracle. But actually, the same as Americans. Because it's a program of illness, which is not even true. It's not true. The truth of your body temple, the truth of your being, the truth of your soul is that you are whole and you come from abundance. You are whole and you come from abundance. During that experience of paralysis, I didn't go to the hospital. I just sat in my house and lay there and spoke to the organs inside of my body, the cells of my body temple, and I spoke truth over them instead of falsehoods. Oh, I'm going to die. I'm going to probably need a wheelchair. I don't know how I'm going to live in a city with a wheelchair. Oh my God, how am I going to take the train? Because you can start catastrophizing, speaking falsehoods over yourself. I said, oh no, I come from Africa. In Africa, when you were sick, you just sit there and they pray for you. So I'm going to do that for myself now. I'm going to call on the truth of my being to activate as wholeness in my body temple. And once I'm done with that wholeness and I'm whole and can tell my real story about healing from depression and awakening from paralysis, I'm like, I just pulled a Jesus. I woke up from the dead. Then I go make my money. Because this is my truth. There is no wealth without health. I burnt out, collapsed, had a moment where I had to get out of depression without medication, without getting drunk, without therapy. Then went into a state of paralysis, and I prayed my way out of that by just speaking to the cells in my body temple. Oh, so now I got health. How could wealth not exist? Because there's so many sick people around the world. So many sick people. After having that experience, and I call it my Jesus moment. Woke up from the dead. I woke up from the dead. I started having these dreams. I would just, the dreams are still coming, but it's like, I would see 800 million Africans, mothers with children, just coming, please, I need a miracle. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then I started hearing the Filipinos asking me for help. And now I'm starting to see the Americans. And I said, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Here's the thing. Your body temple is whole. It's a false idea. The truth is, you are whole. But no, I'm saying, no, no, no. You don't want to speak falsehoods over yourself. You want to speak truth. Because once you can speak the truth about your body temple, you can speak the truth about your money. Because your money ties to your body temple with the shame, anxiety, and the fears, and all sorts of these things, and the stress and the worries. They all affect your body. There is no wealth without health. It's truth. So, money is one that is charged up. So that's why I was a little nice and gentle today. So, let us meditate. So please take a deep breath. I shared a lot. I always share a lot. Please take a deep breath, and if you want to close your eyes, close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose. And let it out with a big sigh. You're allowed. This is your body temple. This is your breath. You're allowed to let out a big sigh, because if you can sigh, just let out that energy of dishonesty, of fear, of shame. You can start telling the truth to yourself, about every area of your life, your body, your money, your relationships. It starts with the body. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel how good it is to just give yourself time to just let out a good sigh. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Let out the carbon dioxide in your body. And please continue to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and we'll practice some metta. May I be happy in through your nose. May I be peaceful out through your mouth. May I be liberated from all ignorance in through the nose, out through the mouth. May I be liberated from all suffering. In through the nose. May all beings be happy. Out through the mouth. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be liberated from all ignorance. In through the nose. May all beings be liberated from all suffering. Ah, out through the mouth. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Segunjal, segunjal, segunjal. It is done. It is so. You are joy. You are wholeness. You are peace. You come from abundance. The seed is planted. It blossoms as creative ideas to live in a state of abundance. Sadhu. Please gently open your eyes and return to the here and now. Love yourself. Honor yourself. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of self-compassion. Before you give compassion to anyone, give compassion to yourself. You are worthy of self-forgiveness for every seeming mistake you think you've made. You are worthy of self-love. Segunjal. Thank you for joining me. See you tomorrow.